Well, first, I think what people have to understand about Chicago, it is a very unique city. When you look at the gang problem, that historically they were largely concentrated in your public housing complexes. Well, then when they began to tear down the public housing complexes, then they went to dispersed housing that all of a sudden began to spread it out. That's why you saw a tremendous increase in gang activity in the southern suburbs, because folks literally were forced to move out there and to move in different parts of the city. And so that's one of the issues you have there. You still have the problem there as well, in that literally you have gangs that control 2 streets, and then all of a sudden you're a kid, you're trying to go to school, so you're literally crossing gang territory. And folks don't realize Chicago no longer has an extensive school busing system. So if you're going to school, you're either walking or you're taking city buses, and so you don't have any sort of protection, if you will. And so the efforts of ceasefire, the efforts of the groups out there, but at the end of the day, what causes a drop in crime is jobs. And that is when you do not have any economic opportunity, you are leaving people up to their own devices to be able to make money. And so when you look at the west side of Chicago, you look at the south side of Chicago, you look at the high unemployment rate, you look at the lack of available jobs in those areas, all of that economic inactivity, that creates that problem, and all of a sudden it begins to grow and fester. When you look at historically the housing patterns in Chicago, and so what took place in the 40s and 50s and 60s manifests itself today, because you're seeing the result of the shutting off, the choking off of economic opportunities in those areas.